And then Lauren says, she didn't put me on the phone, Spencer. She was crying so hard that I had to pick up the phone like I had to pick up my best friend and carry her upstairs. No, Spencer.
Give that girl an Emmy.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Millennial TV is here with another brand new episode of 2000s Pop Culture Tea. We are your hosts, Candace, Liz, and Adrienne, and today we are going to be recapping The Hills Season 2, Episode 4, Who Do You Trust? Quick reminder to please give us a follow on YouTube and Instagram for special extras, videos, and content. It also means the world to us if you drop a review or a comment on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really helps us out, and we love hearing what you guys think. You can also always shoot us an email at millennialteav@gmail.com. We answer those personally, so hit us up with thoughts, questions, whatever you want. Before we get into the episode, let's talk about this week's pop culture news.
So I wanted to do a little update on life with you guys and see what is going on with you and what your plans for the summer are. What are you guys doing? What's up? How's your life?
Well, I have exciting news. It's been 1 week now. We officially are a minivan family. We bought a new car. Yeah. We got a Chrysler Pacifica, and it's a 2023, so it's like pretty new. And it's so nice. It's so awesome. I'm like in love with it. So that's been really exciting. We're going to go up to Universal Studios tomorrow. So we're like, oh, it's the van's first trip, like first road trip.
That's cute.
So,
Do your kids play soccer yet? Are you a soccer soccer mom?
No, I don't know. If they want to play soccer, then yes. But yeah, we actually had Charlie's kindergarten graduation this past week. And it's also very funny. And also, I'm just like, can't quite wrap my head around it. But this weekend is my 20th high school reunion. And I'm not going because it's in Michigan. But like... oh my God, it's crazy. There was like a Facebook group created and I got sent like the invite and it's just like talking about the details for it. And there's so many people that I'm like, I totally forgot that person existed that I'm like seeing in the group. It's so weird. I feel old.
That's so cool that they're still doing it. Like, is it like 10, 20, 30 they do these reunions?
Yeah, they did a 10-year. I don't know if they did a 15-year, but yeah, they did. They're doing 20. I assume they'll do 30. Kyle's dad last year went to his like 50th high school reunion or something. Like,
oh my goodness.
I know. And I'm like, why do you still want to like, it's weird. He's like, so many of these people are dead now and stuff, you know, like 50 years.
I can't. The other day I was on Facebook and you know how they do the like memories?
Yeah.
One of them was... so stupid. It was like, losers who haven't signed my yearbook yet, do it tomorrow. And it was like 16 years ago. And I was like, 16 years ago. Holy shit. I feel like I'm not that old, but I am.
It doesn't feel like that long ago, right?
No.
And like, you know how everyone's like, oh, like that person peaked in high school or like that person's best years. It's weird to say that, but like some of our best memories really are from high school. I don't know if that's sad, but like it is true.
We never have an experience like that ever again where you know, 4 years of your life going to the same place, like
with
you
the
know,
same people.
That you grew up like basically
so structured, like you have to go every single day.
All doing the same thing. You're all doing the same curriculum. You're all the same age. You're all, you know what I mean? Like, and it's very like formative years. It's like your years that you're, you know, into boys and dating and, you know, whatever, like making friends.
Anything else, Liz, you want to say?
I don't think so. Yeah, we don't really have any big like vacation plans for the summer. We're just gonna try to survive with no school. We have some like summer stuff set up for the girls, but it's always a challenge juggling everything during the summertime, but it's okay. We'll get through.
You could do it. You could do
it.
I knew it.
And I was telling the girls that my cousin's coming next week, and she's coming from London, England. And when I was telling my like friends and coworkers about this, I was like, yes, London, England. Because in Canada, there's like a province called Ontario, and there's like a city named London there. So people are always like London, Ontario or London, England.
It's funny.
So you always have to specify like where.
There's also London, Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Mhm.
Cool or like lame?
I don't think it's cool. Kentucky's not like
Yeah.
I go into Kentucky almost every day because Cincinnati and Kentucky are like you literally the Beltway, like you're in Kentucky. So I mean, it's Kentucky.
Yeah, it's just Norm. So I'm gonna bring her around Vancouver, and then next month we have a trip to like the island, which is like kind of Victoria Islandish in British Columbia. And I've been told that you could like rent these Airbnbs and just walk up to the beach and like pick out oysters from the sand and eat them.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's
I don't
cool.
know if that's legal. Maybe. I don't
Sounds
know,
awfully
but
fishy.
Yeah.
tons of people do it, and it's like a thing. So I'm like, I am so going there and shucking like 100 oysters because I love oysters.
You have to tell me how that is. I'm so curious, but I also
Yeah.
I
am,
will.
like,
I'll tell
grossed
you
out
how it
because
is and how it tastes like.
I hate seafood that's extra fishy. Like I love seafood, I
Mhm.
do, but I like it can't be super fishy. Like
Same.
I'm just like worried it's dirty because it's so close to like humans and
Right.
like all our, toxins, whatever. But
Yeah.
I'll let you know if I puke my brains out. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I hope not.
And then later in August, I'm visiting my sister who's in Toronto. I go there for like 3 weeks every year because that's like the only time we really get to like spend a lot of time together.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, besides some like travel here and there, just working for that dollar.
Yep.
How about you, Candace?
Well, this summer has been interesting so far. I broke my butt.
Literally.
Literally. I fell down my stairs and I fractured my tailbone. I actually fell down the stairs twice, 2 different stairways. I was super excited about living with stairs until then. It really, really, really hurts to fracture your tailbone. I have a giant bruise. That's actually getting a lot better. But I can't really sit for long periods of time. So that's been fun. I can walk fine. That's all fine. It's just, sitting or laying or doing anything that involves your gluteus maximus. But that's been fun. Going to the bathroom has been an exciting venture.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No. At least it gets you off the toilet, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not sitting there for a long time.
Sitting on a porcelain. No, not any fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been fun. Lots of ice and heating. I moved to Cincinnati, Ohio area, which has been actually amazing. I really love it here, which is like shocking because I don't really like it anywhere because I'm like me. I actually really love it. I'm outside of Cincinnati enough that like I'm in the suburbs, but
Mhm.
it's close enough that like it's not longer than 20 minutes to get to anywhere. So that's really nice. And I live in a really nice neighborhood and I really like the house I moved into and I have a lot more space. And that's been really nice. I've been adjusting to living with a dog, which is funny because I have a bunny and I'm obsessed with him. But it is very different to have a dog. But he's amazing and I love him. And then this summer, what are we doing? Tomorrow we're going to Sci-Fi Valley Con back where I just left, and like almost the entire Twilight cast was going to be there, so that's really exciting.
Aw.
I know I'm like wearing a Twilight shirt and everything. I'm going all out. So that's going to be really fun. And then the end of the summer, I'm going to go to California. Oh, this is exciting. We just decided we're doing this, but I'm going to California and spending some time with Kelsey. If you don't know, Kelsey's my best friend. She's been on the podcast a few times. I've known her since kindergarten. But we are going to go see the Pod Meets World podcast live.
Oh my God, I'm so
awesome.
jealous.
Yeah, and so we're doing that at the end of July in San
I'm so
Francisco,
jealous.
and I'm really excited.
really
Oh, that's
found
so
out they were
fun.
coming when I was going to be in town, and so it was really Kelsey's birthday is July 19th, so I said I was going to buy us tickets to go see that.
That's
So
awesome.
that's going to be
Oh,
exciting.
man.
That's so cool. I've been like waiting for them to come to Vancouver.
Yeah.
But they haven't yet. as far as I
Yeah.
know. I was like really listening to their podcast and then I kind of like stopped for a bit, but they're so fun.
They're fun.
I love their
Yeah.
podcast.
And that show is still like my comfort show. Like we're actually watching it right now. Like not like every night we're sitting down and watching it, but like it's on in the background, or if we don't have anything to watch, we're like watching through it. We're still
Yeah.
like in season 1, but it's still my comfort show. Like I absolutely just love that
awesome.
show, and I still laugh out loud thinking it's funny. So I'm super excited about that. And Will Friedle is like still my crush, so I'm excited to see
Aw. And they all sound exactly the same.
They
Like
do.
it's so funny. Their voices didn't like drop or like change very much. So like when I hear them, like that's like their 20-year-old self, you know, they sound exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's gonna be a 90s costume contest.
Ooh.
So I'm like, oh my god, should we dress up? Should we do the whole damn thing? So
Yeah, you should. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
well, I think we all have a really cool summer planned. Other than my broken butt. If anybody has any thoughts or plans for the summer that they want to share, let us know, because we actually do care what you guys are doing. We think it's fun. And if you have any suggestions for my broken butt, let me know. On to the episode.
Previously on, Lauren tells us that she went on a few dates with Brody, but as cute as he is, she isn't sure if she wants anything serious. And Heidi was getting closer to Spencer, but Spencer was trying to get closer to Audrina. She says when Audrina showed up at Heidi's party to tell her side of the story, Heidi wanted no part of it. Lauren says that now, as far as Audrina is concerned, it's time for Heidi to make the next move. To scene 1, Lauren and Heidi are hanging out by the pool, and we start off with Lauren telling Heidi that she kind of wants to tell Brody that we should just be friends. And Heidi tells her, don't say that. And she explains that she feels like Jason broke her as far as liking guys. Heidi tells her it's going to be easy for her with Spencer because they are more secure in their relationship now. I'm like, what changed?
Yeah.
What changed?
Nothing.
Nothing changed. Why are you more
Nothing.
secure?
He stopped hanging out with Audrina? I don't know.
Yeah. So Lauren then asks Heidi what she's doing for the day, and Heidi tells her she's going to meet up with Audrina. Lauren asks if she's going alone on a solo mish, and Heidi confirms that she's indeed flying solo. And Lauren tells her, that's good, and you should talk to her. And Heidi says it's so stupid because they used to be friends, and it's like, grow up. Lauren tells her that that's really mature and grown up, and that her little Heidi is growing up. 5 minutes ago, you hated her guts.
Yeah, it's a very like big shift in her mood and how she's feeling towards her, like radically different from last episode.
It changed quickly. She's like, Spencer and I are fine, and we're very secure, and now I want to be friends with Audrina.
I wonder how long, like far apart these scenes were filmed. Because like if it was a week, that's crazy. But if it was months, like maybe.
Then we're at Bolthouse, and we see Heidi wearing a very cute, maybe not work appropriate, low cut. It looks like a tank top at first, but it's actually a dress, white dress. And as she walks into Brett's office and asks if she can go home and see her mom for 2 days. And Brent tells her that it is her PTO time and she can do whatever she pleases with it. I'm like, yeah, that's
you don't have to
She's
ask
like so
Heidi to
grateful.
Yeah,
I know.
on your vacation. Yeah.
Poor Heidi. She's never had a job before.
Yeah.
So Brent tells her to have fun, and she goes back out to her office, and she gets a phone call from production assistant Max, who looks like he just stepped out of like a bad J. Crew catalog.
He looks like Nick Carter.
Yeah, like I have no idea. So bizarre. So he tells her that he got chewed out by Jen for dress code today, and that Heidi looks great, but he doesn't know if it's appropriate for office wear. And Heidi's like, okay, I'll talk to Brent about it. First off, if Brent didn't say anything to her, buzz off, weirdo. Worry about yourself.
Yeah.
And while I agree, I don't think it is office appropriate. Why are you commenting on my outfit? It's none of your business.
It's not his place. Yeah.
No, and if you had a problem with it, then you could take it to Brent.
Exactly. It's funny, before this went down, like my first note was that I thought Heidi's outfit was really cute.
Same.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I did too. It is cute, but I just think like I wouldn't wear it to the office. It's a little risque.
See, I didn't think it was like that wildly inappropriate. Like it's not
really
inappropriate
low-cut.
to the point where you could like pop out a tit, you know? Like it was just like strappy.
But that's only because Heidi's stature is small.
But then it makes it like not inappropriate
I guess
because
so.
she is small.
I just thought it was really low cut.
I don't know. I didn't think it was too alarming because, like, I feel like the whole vibe in that office is like we work at clubs and this is just kind of what we do, you know? And so I was like, yeah, it looks like something that she'd wear on the job.
It's just weird for a guy to comment on a girl's like
and obviously
very weird.
He was being a dick and, very obviously so. And like obviously Brent didn't care.
Yeah, he would have said something.
Because we see what Brent wears to the office.
Do we think he was like put up to do that?
Probably. It was random. And like we've never heard of this production assistant before.
And we never see him again. Like I don't remember him ever being around again.
He got fired.
Yeah.
And while I love Bolthouse, we've always got to go back to the Teen Vogue closet. So Whitney and Lauren are talking about Lauren's date with Brody. And Lauren says that she's not good at dating and she forgot how. And then Whitney's like, did you kiss? Did he kiss you? Or did he try to kiss you? And Lauren's like, maybe. And Whitney's like, is he a good kisser? And Lauren's like, oh, Whitney. And she looks so shocked. And Whitney's like, I'm just asking. I'm like, Lauren, spill the beans. Okay? We want the tea. She's being so annoying. So Lauren says that she's a lady and she doesn't kiss and tell. And Whitney tells her maybe it's meant to be. And Lauren tells her if she gets corny on her that she'll beat her up.
Very cute.
So cute.
Yeah. But I hate when people do that. When like you're asking and they're like, I don't kiss and tell. Like, okay.
And I'm always like, who do you think you are?
I know. Like, what? I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not going to beg you for it. Yeah. Like, I don't care that much.
If you don't want to tell me, I'm never going to ask you again. Okay.
So then we are with Spencer and Heidi at Prana, which is a very odd name for a cafe.
Mm-hmm.
But Heidi recaps for Spencer what happened with Max at work, and she tells Spencer that she asked Brent if her outfit was inappropriate, and that Brent said no. And Spencer says that he can't wait to meet Max in the club and tell him that his outfit is inappropriate and he needs to leave.
It's so like, ridiculous.
Ooh, so scary. And then he tells Heidi he's going to get the muscle breakfast. And she says, why? Because you don't have any muscles? So Heidi tells him that she's going to dinner with Audrina tonight. And Spencer tells her to be aware of Audrina's motives and that she obviously sees that he and Heidi are happy and is going to try to do something about that. Ridiculous, right? We all know Audrina cares goose egg.
And he's so uncomfortable. He's like trying to like gaslight her like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Spencer says that he wants to not talk about drama and instead wants to talk about how cute Heidi's outfit is and how cute she looks. And at this point, I think I would have been like, I want to talk about my outfit too. I am cute. So then he says he's going to call her mom and tell her mom that Heidi's amazing.
Okay.
He's so weird. I don't get the appeal at all. And then she's like, my mom wanted me to bring you for her birthday, but I'm not going to bring you. And then, of course, Max and Elodie walk by randomly. They're also going to Prana, I guess, for lunch. And Heidi's like, hi, Elodie. Hi, Max. Which tells me that producers probably were like, you guys should go to Prana for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't seem like that happened organically. Spencer is like, I'm done with that kid. And they get up to leave. But Spencer heads over to Max and he tells Max not to comment on how Heidi dresses and that everyone they hang out with loves the way Heidi dresses. And he's like, you're an ex. You're an intern, bro. And my favorite part about that was Max goes, I'm not an intern. Yeah. Like, that was really important that he point out. And then Elodie is like looking on like completely shocked, like that this is happening in front of her.
Her eyebrows are even like higher than normal, you know?
Yeah. And he's I'm not an intern. And so Spencer's like, Heidi dresses cute every day and you're not the boss. Don't tell her how to dress. And so Max starts to walk away and they get into like this little light shoving match. And Spencer's like, that's assault. And Max is like, assault? And I'm like, I feel you, bro. That was definitely not assault. And as they walk away, Heidi is like, oh my God, like, why are you doing this? You can't just do this. And Spencer keeps coming for Max, threatening to beat his ass. And Spencer repeatedly tells him not to call him a tool and to walk in front of a car.
That was so funny. He's like, dude, walk in front of a car. Do it. Like,
Yeah.
That was
oh my God.
Spencer was like following him like so
Yes,
closely.
he would
was
not drop it.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so when Max leaves, Elodie comes over and hugs Heidi and then tells Spencer that it's nice to meet him. And Spencer apologizes for being rude and hugs Elodie, and she looks like that's like the last thing in life that she wants to do is hug Spencer.
Yeah.
So as they're walking away and getting into the car, Heidi's like, oh my God, Spencer, you can't just do that because you're my boyfriend.
I would be mortified.
I would be mortified.
Gosh.
I'd be so pissed.
And it's people that you work with.
Exactly. It's not just like an annoying guy that was like hitting on you or something. Like she has to go back to work with that guy.
Yeah.
No, and like it's one thing for me to tell you that this happened at work and for you to like in private be like, I'm gonna beat that guy's ass, because yeah, I want you to. But also like you don't actually go do it.
Outside of a cafe at lunch.
So odd. I'm done with that kid.
If you were Heidi, how would you respond in this situation? Because like she kind of let Spencer like run after Max, which I thought was crazy, and she like runs into her car. But what would you do?
I would have been like, you need to stop it right now. And I would have walked away. I would have literally just turned around and walked away.
You wouldn't have, okay, so, but you would tell your boyfriend to stop it.
Yes. But if he continued to do it, I literally would have just walked away and then not talked to him, because that's ridiculous behavior. You can't just beat people up on the street.
I know, it's so ridiculous.
Beat people up on the street.
Yeah.
What about you, Liz?
I would have definitely tried to stop it and tried to, get in the middle there and be like, let's walk away and cool off a little bit. Because that was just like psycho behavior. That was insane. That he kept going and going and just wouldn't let it go. It's like he really wanted to like punch Max or something. And that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would be so embarrassed.
You're the calm version of me, Liz, because I would get in the middle of them too. But I would be like, calm down, honey. I'd be like, fucking stop.
Yeah.
Because I'm internally freaking out, like I don't want there to be a problem. So, but.
Oh my gosh.
The scene was insane.
It was insane.
It is crazy. And Andrew said that was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is the Spencer effect.
Yes.
Like, this is crazy.
It's crazy to me how many, like, red flags, but I would like even more than red flags are just thrown at Heidi in this episode, and she still stays with him. I don't understand it.
Well, you know what? They're really secure in their relationship now, so
Yeah.
everything's okay. So back at Teen Vogue, Whitney tells Lauren that she is going to a birthday party tonight and doesn't have time to shop. So she's just going to borrow something in the Teen Vogue closet.
I know, like, what?
I said, like, okay.
Yeah, is that allowed?
Talk about job perks.
For real. Oh my gosh.
I mean, apparently they said okay, but
Yeah,
what?
she said that they told her she could borrow something if she could find something. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wild. So Lauren is then like, she wants to date a punk rock guy, but Whitney says that sounds like Audrina's type. And then Lauren tells her that Heidi and Audrina are going to talk tonight. And Whitney says that's good because their fight was stupid. And Lauren says they really need to sit down and talk because it's very he said, she said.
While Lauren's in the Teen Vogue closet, do you guys notice what's on her computer?
Yes. It was Perez Hilton.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Was it? That's so funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
she's like
so
scrolling.
funny.
And I paused it because I was like, is that? And then you could tell because there was like
He annotates.
writing.
Yeah.
Mhm. Like the paint words. Yeah.
She obviously wasn't working very hard that day.
Yes. I mean, he was literally writing about them all the time. So it's so funny to see her like looking at it.
She probably had to check that every day.
Probably.
But on camera, Lauren,
Yeah.
hide it a bit better,
Yeah. But after Teen Vogue, we literally jump right into it at Lucy's El Adobe Cafe. And it's right into the Heidi and Audrina confrontation. And Heidi tells Audrina, my birthday, you came and I didn't think it was appropriate to have this drama at my birthday. We can talk tomorrow and then you showed up with Spencer that night. And Audrina's like, see, I knew that you freaked. And Heidi says that she just didn't understand why Audrina would do that, and that she heard Audrina was hooking up with Spencer. And Audrina immediately is like, ew, no, why would I do that? And Heidi says that she heard that Audrina said, Heidi's so jealous because Spencer likes me. Audrina says, I'm sorry, but he's not my type at all. And she tells her that he kept grabbing her on the dance floor and trying to make it look like they were together. And Heidi says that she's really sick of people coming up to her telling her to watch out for Spencer and that she wants to find out for herself. She says people don't see the way he looks at her, and they are obviously not there when they are alone and when they're together, so they can't really judge that. And Audrina asks if Heidi was still with him 2 or 3 Saturdays ago. And Heidi says, if it was 2 Saturdays ago, then yes. And if it was 3, then yeah, I think so too.
She gets out her calendar.
And Audrina says that Spencer called her and she didn't answer because she didn't know what to say. And she wasn't sure if she should tell Heidi. And Heidi says, of course you should. And Audrina says that she's so relieved now. And Heidi's like, cheers to us. And Audrina tells her that she needs to be careful with Spencer.
Audrina really looks relieved that she was able to tell Heidi this info. But like the fact that Heidi pulled out a physical agenda, like a planner, I laughed so hard because I'm like, this is very 2000s.
Oh yeah,
it's funny. Also, did you note the day you started dating with a heart?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I used to do that. I'm lame.
Well, you would go in there and star all of your friends' birthdays, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was obsessed with like wall calendars. So like at home, I always had like a Buffy one or like a Harry Potter one because I'm a nerd. And I would put like a little heart, you know. We started dating on July 1st, you know. So then how else would you be able to tell people that you've been dating exactly 2 months and 3 days? You know?
Yeah.
So back at the villas, Heidi tells Lauren that she and Audrina are good now. And she says, Audrina said that Spencer wanted to piss Heidi off and that he's been calling her for weeks now. And she says, who would make that up? And Lauren's like, I'm not saying she's making it up. And Heidi says, it's just annoying when you have everyone in LA coming up to you being like, be careful. You know what I'm talking about. And Lauren says, they don't know what he's like when you're alone or the way he looks at you. I'm your best friend. I don't know anything to Spencer. If I thought that he was a rat, I'd be like, you're over it. My, how this changes.
I can't believe those words ever came out of her mouth.
Again, I think she genuinely liked him at first.
Mm-hmm.
That is something I do not remember at all.
Me neither. Her like defending him.
Yeah, like there was never a point in time where I thought Lauren and Spencer got along.
Yeah.
Because it was a blip.
Yeah.
It was a blip. Yeah.
Right. But then she says, I don't completely trust Spencer, but I trust that he likes you. And that's part of dating. You don't know people when you start dating them. And Heidi's like, I hate dating. And Lauren's like, who do you trust more, Audrina or Spencer? And Heidi says, I don't know. I don't know who I trust more either, though, because Audrina was kind of being shady.
How?
Like, at first, she was kind of being shady. And, like, she's not an OG crew. So, like, who do you trust? How do you know you can trust her? You haven't known her that long.
Oh, my God. She is OG LA crew, though.
Yes. But, like, what I'm saying in, like, the long term of their friendship, like, she hasn't known her that long.
Sure. But Spencer's, shown himself to be way more untrustworthy compared to Audrina.
That's what I thought, too. She's known Audrina longer than Spencer, and if people are coming up to her, multiple people saying you need to be careful.
Everyone in LA.
True.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm like, why are you mad that everyone in LA is coming up to you? Like, obviously they're trying to protect you. Mm-hmm. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It's fine. We know where this ends up.
Nothing we can do about it.
So then Heidi is packing to leave to go home to see her mom, and Lauren tells her, don't leave me. And Heidi says that she feels like she needs to go because she hardly ever sees her mom. And Lauren asks if she got her mom a present, and Heidi says, I am the present.
And Lauren's like, sorry.
I know. So Heidi's like, are you going to go to area without me? And Heidi says, if Lauren goes, she has to tell her how Spencer is. And Lauren's like, oh, you want me to go watch him? And Heidi's like, well, don't tell him you're going. Just be very sneaky. And Lauren's like, you're so funny. You want me to go spy on Spence? And Heidi tells her, yeah, I need to know what Audrina's talking about and how he behaves when I'm out of town. And Lauren tells her that she's crazy jealous. And Heidi's like, I know. And I don't know when I got so jealous. And I think, honestly, I feel like she always probably was, but Jordan was more jealous than she was. So she got the brunt of it versus now she's on the other side.
Maybe. Like, I feel like they were equally jealous in that relationship. Like, we maybe saw Jordan being more jealous, but like they were both crazy.
Yeah.
True. So then we go to Brody's condo, and Brody and Spencer are getting ready for the night. And Brody asks Spencer if Heidi's going to be at the club, and Spencer says no, she's out of town. So he has the playmates rolling over. Ew. And then Spencer is on the computer or his phone or something, and Brody's like, are you checking your MySpace? And I'm like, wow, that's dated. Shows how old the show is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's checking his MySpace to invite people over.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that you use that thing to like, it's like Facebook.
Because we were little. Like, we weren't.
Yes.
Well, I had a MySpace. No, I used it. Like, I
used it,
Were
but
you
like,
using it to chat and like plan to go out, or was it more like, who are my top friends?
I just used it more like socially, like that, I guess.
Yeah. But I think it's because we were little. We weren't like cognitive or old enough to like.
Liz, though.
Liz, you were old enough.
Yeah, I was 17 when I made mine. Like, I remember making my MySpace like when it first like was a thing, and then it blew up. So when I lived in LA for film school when I was 20 and 21, like I definitely was still using MySpace. So I don't remember using it to like get together with people in that way. But I could imagine him like messaging girls and stuff, and then like checking his messages to be like, are you coming? Or, stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely had weirdos that would like message me, and, like it's a different time.
It was a different time.
Different time on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
What a time, though, to be a playmate, because they were so like hot at the time, and like every guy wanted to get with you. So like you were hot shit if you were in LA.
Oh, yeah.
So Spencer tells Brody that he's checking his friend requests, and Brody asks how many he has, and Spencer says, not enough. And Brody tells him it's because he has a girlfriend, and Spencer's like, I really like Heidi. And Brody tells him that if he's going to date anyone, it should be Heidi, which I thought was kind of cute. But obviously it gets derailed immediately because there's a knock on the door, and the playmates have arrived. And Spencer says, Hugh Hefner, eat your heart out. I'm a little overwhelmed right now.
It's gross.
And they're all like taking shots and being ridiculous. Back at the villas, we see the girls getting ready, and Heidi is there. Surprise, surprise. Apparently, Miss Heidi missed her flight, and apparently she was at the airport when she missed her flight.
I don't get it.
That was so weird. I was like, I wonder if she missed her flight on purpose so she could go secretly spy on Spencer. That's where my mind went.
That would be crazy if she did that.
But that would be crazy. But also, how are you at the airport? Like, did she get there like as the flight was taking off? Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Very odd. But she tells the girls that she did not tell Spencer she missed her flight or that she is going to area. She says, at least I'm a surprise to someone tonight. I love it because it's totally something I would do.
Oh my God.
Catch them, girl. Catch them. Surprise. So then we're at area, and we immediately see Spencer drunk and hanging out with the Playboy models and talking about naked picnics and getting married in Vegas. And then we see Heidi outside, and she runs up to her coworker, Kirsten, and she hugs her, and Kirsten's like, why is Spencer with two blonde whores? Like, no sugarcoating. And Heidi's like, who? And Kirsten responds, two blonde sluts. Spencer walked in with two blonde bimbos. She was not holding back. We love Kirsten. And so Heidi's like, we'll see. And she's like, Lauren, Jen, like gathering her girls to like roll up on Spencer. And they roll up to Spencer's table, and Spencer is shocked. And he's like, are you the sneakiest girl in town? And she's like, I missed my flight. And then she's clearly pissed off, and she's like, I'm going to the bathroom. And Spencer's like, why are you being so rude? And then Lauren's talking to Brody, of course, and Brody tells Lauren that this night would have been better with her. And she's like, I think we crashed your night. And Brody's like, if anything, you just made my night. And Heidi then comes back and she's all pissed off. And she's like, Lauren, I'm leaving. And Lauren goes after her and is like, what happened? And Heidi says, this girl just told me that Spencer earlier tonight was like, oh, what are your girls' names? Hitting on every girl in the fucking club. And so Lauren asks her who told her that. And Heidi pulls this girl up from her seat to tell Lauren what happened. She's like, baby, can you come here real quick?
I know.
And the girl tells Lauren, fuck Spencer. We walked into Brody's apartment and he was all up on this girl. She needs to watch the fuck out. And I'm like, this girl is drunk, causing drama. And so Heidi tells Lauren that they're leaving and Spencer is leaving with the playmate at the same time. And Heidi then confronts Spencer with what the girl in the club told her. And Spencer tells her to stop and give him a hug. And Heidi refuses. And Spencer's like, well, if you didn't care, you wouldn't be acting like this. And Heidi's like, then I don't care, and walks away. And Spencer looks very stressed out as he watches Lauren and Heidi leave.
I know.
So Spencer cares, clearly, because he is stressed about it. But he just keeps telling the playmate that he's like, this wasn't supposed to happen. Like,
it's like he's blaming the other girl.
Yeah.
It's like, weird. I just met you tonight.
Yeah.
What does that very mean? Odd. I know. It's very odd. I don't know. The whole thing is odd. I don't know. I wish I knew the dynamics of this date more, because did she really miss her flight? Was she really ever leaving town? Were these two different instances? Were they just setting it up? I don't know. But it's everything about it is very odd.
Everything that's happened is such a red flag, Liz, like you said to Heidi.
So many red flags.
But it's crazy that, like, Spencer clearly met his soulmate. I believe they are soulmates. But, like, he was in the stage of life where he just, like, wasn't ready. And he was still wanting to, like, go out and flirt and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, oh, my God, I cannot believe that they really ended up together after all of this.
They're still together.
And
how annoying and embarrassing would it be for your coworker to see your boyfriend come into the club with,
my God, yes,
playmates hanging all over him? Like, that's
so disrespectful.
So disrespectful. And, like, Spencer knows that people Heidi knows are gonna see him.
He knows that that's her workplace, you know? Yeah. Like, go do that somewhere else if you don't want to, like, disrespect your girlfriend.
It's gross behavior.
Yeah.
For sure. So then we're back at the villas and we see the girls dressed down, obviously back at home, but still drunk. And we see Lauren on the phone with Spencer. And Lauren says, Spencer, you showed up with 3 playmates. I saw you flirting with them. And Heidi's like on the couch and she's crying. And she's like, I'm over you. It's fine. Just hang up. I'm over you. And so Lauren looks shocked as Spencer says something to her. We don't hear. And then Lauren says, she didn't put me on the phone, Spencer. She was crying so hard that I had to pick up the phone. Like, I had to pick up the phone like I had to pick up my best friend and carry her upstairs. No, Spencer.
Give that girl an Emmy.
Like I had to pick up my best friend. Yeah. And so Heidi again is like, hang up. I'm over you. Hang up. Lauren tells Spencer that he has to decide what he wants with Heidi. And then she's finally like, you know what, Spencer? Stop. You know what? Heidi's going to call you tomorrow, and hangs up on him. And then Lauren cuddles Heidi on the couch and she says heartbrokenly, I was really falling in love with him.
Aww.
I know. And so Lauren tells her, don't fall in love. Don't fall in love with anyone here. You're too young to fall in love. And back at the club, Spencer is still hanging out and drinking with the playmates. Because why ruin a good night, right?
I wonder if they, like, actually called him while he was at the club. Because how could you have this full conversation with him while he was there?
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. But I was so sad, like, watching Heidi be so heartbroken about this. And it, like, made me really teary seeing, like, what a good friendship they had and how good of friends they were.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, that was really sweet to see.
It was. You gotta love classic Lauren and Heidi. They were really there for each other. But Spencer is such a skis ball. It was a good episode, though. Lots of drama.
It was a really good episode.
Again, Spencer's terrible, but he makes for great television.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're really in the Spencer era. And I still don't know how I feel about it. But we're here. We're in it.
We could talk about it for another 6 seasons.
Yeah, I won't know how I feel about Spencer until the 6th season. I won't make any judgments until then. Did you guys have a favorite outfit?
Heidi's white Greek outfit.
I know.
Yep, mine
same.
too.
So
Yep.
cute. And
So
again,
So cute.
not sure if it's work appropriate, but definitely very cute.
Very cute.
Mhm.
Favorite moments?
My favorite moment was Spencer just going off the rails on the street at Max.
Oh my
and
God.
like, get a step in front of a car. That's assault. It was great.
That was good.
Yeah.
And I really liked the club drama because I felt like it was real. And I didn't think that Spencer was producing that. Like, I felt like he was really caught off guard, which doesn't seem to happen very often. So I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Mine was obviously like I had to pick up my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Oh my gosh.
So good. So that was the end of the episode, kids. So why don't you pick up your best friends and bring them next week to listen to our podcast.
Millennial TV. Yes. I like that.
Thank you so much for listening to your favorite millennials on Millennial TV. We appreciate every single download, listen, and like, and we hope that you share the love on Spotify and Apple Podcasts with a review. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram to get your weekly dose of MTV daily with posts, quizzes, and extras. Thank you again so much, and we'll see you next week.